Hi, welcome to another video on our Hard Reset channel. Today I'll talk about the Thermomixes, specifically about the TM7 and the TM6. Is it worth an upgrade or not? Let's find out. So as you can see, the new TM7 is quite different from its predecessors. After 10 years, it finally features a new design, which is visible at first sight. As for now, it's only available in black, but may be released in white in the future. It's much slimmer on the sides, which makes it fit more spaces better. A large change is visible with the mixing bowl. Now it comes with an isolation cover that protects you from heat, especially useful if you have children or use the browning mode often. We'll get to browning a bit later. It also minimizes the loudness, although new motors also make it quieter. Now I did a little rearrangement here to make them all in the same distance from the microphone so we can compare. Of course, in the faster modes like 10 or turbo or even 7 or with harder ingredients, it won't be a quiet device, but let me show you first, let's say speed number 3. So let's go to manual mode right here. And yeah, as you can see, of course, it has a display without the knob. We'll get to that in a moment. But now let's select the speed number 3 on both of them. First, I'll do it on the TM7. And that is the speed. It is currently working. I don't know if you can even hear anything. Yeah, now let's get to the TM6 and let's set the speed to, oh, that's the speed, to number 3. Definitely more noticeable. Now let's set the speed to number 5. That is number 5 on the TM6 with nothing in it. And now the speed number 5, it's going to look like this on the TM7. Much quieter. Of course, the turbo mode, for example, won't be that quiet. I'll do the turbo mode for a moment to show you what's the maximum speed level with nothing inside of the bowl, because of course with some hard ingredients like chocolate or ice, it will be quite loud. Now the turbo mode got a little redesign. I won't be getting into that too much. Lots of modes got a redesign. Now I'll do 1 second and 1 time. That is the speed, so it is quite loud. And when I get to the mode on the TM6, it's also going to be quite loud. Now 1 second. So that is the difference. Now, one more thing about the body is it is much easier to clean because there are no arm locks or holes. The design is pretty flat. The lid still gets locked, but the mechanism is hidden in the bowl isolation cover. Speaking of cleaning, there's no selector knob, so it's easier to clean the screen, but it is quite controversial. Has sparked a discussion among Thermomix users worried whether the display will work without a knob, with wet fingers or dirty fingers. Fortunately, the new large 10-inch display absolutely works with wet or dirty fingers. For me, no knob is a major upgrade. On my TM5 and TM6, it really bugged me that the machine started working within seconds of turning the knob and there was no confirmation before. So if I didn't turn the knob fast enough, I would start at a lower speed by an accident. I'll try to demonstrate what I mean. So if I get to the Thermomix, if I get to the home screen, and let's say I want speed number 7. If I don't move fast enough, it already starts before I get to speed number 7, because there's no way to start it after selecting the speed. So you either need to move quickly or just accept that the speed selects on its own, kind of. Now, the new display also lets you do more things directly on device without using the app, and fits more animations, videos, or instructions to make it even more intuitive. Now, new features are open cooking. Open cooking mode lets you cook without the lid on. When I remove the lid, I can go to the new open cooking mode. Then I can select the time and the temperature without the speed. In open cooking mode, it doesn't turn the mixing knives, so you can just mix on your own or not mix. The other thing is semi-open cooking mode, which is available through the manual mode. And what it means is you can have the lid on and start a program at a speed up to, I believe, up to 2. We'll verify that. First, I'll set it to half. Then you can see it doesn't lock the lid. It even shows it on the display that the lid stays unlocked. So when I remove the whole lid, it just pauses. It wasn't locked. Then when I put it back, it resumes cooking without me needing to stop it or resume it. So it's great for the slower speeds, since you can just look into the bowl whenever you want. Now, when I set the speed a bit higher to 1.5, it's still locked. 2, it's still locked. 2.5, it locks. So now I can't remove the lid. Now, the other modes that are available are, for example, the remote cooking. It lets you connect your Thermomix to the Cookido app and then remotely see if something is cooking and how much time left and stuff like that. Also, you can send the recipes remotely from your device directly onto your screen, so you don't have to bookmark a recipe and then find it in your device. You just click on Send to TM7 button and it appears on your screen right away. Now, the next thing is auto-tick ingredients. Auto-tick ingredients mode automatically goes to the next ingredient once you insert the right amount of an ingredient into your mixing bowl. I'll demonstrate that on an example of a recipe that I've tried earlier, and I know it works with this because I won't be putting flour in here in this video, but I'll put a simmering basket, which I know the weight of, so I can just find a recipe that would be the, I'll have it in recently cooked, definitely, yeah. Pizza margherita. And then when I click on start, it will tell me step by step what to do. So let's also get through how it looks. When I click on next, it shows me to remove the lid, then place 220 grams of water. So I'll put a simmering basket in it. It should be about that weight. There I have it. And now let's put it in. As you can see, it almost is there. Well, I'll put something more. Yeah. And now it automatically ticks the ingredient. In a moment, it will be ticked. You can change the speed of auto ticking, by the way. Now let's get to something else. So the other modes that we get are, for example, the browning mode. The browning mode lets you use high heat up to 160 degrees Celsius outside of guided cooking. On TM6, 160 degrees Celsius were available, but only in guided cooking, so only in some Cookido recipes, and now it's in manual mode directly on your TM7. And by the way, the egg boiling mode is now improved. And second, by the way, since the display is way larger, you can now see pictures in manual modes. For example, the one that I told you about, the egg boiling mode. So let's get to the egg boiling mode, which is going to be right in the modes in egg boiler. And as you can see, there are different eggs shown, different kind, like soft, medium, medium hard, and hard. And that way you can see exactly what the name means. Let's get to the accessories. Now it has gotten a bit tight in here, there's lots of things. And the first thing is that the spatula got a redesign. It's now more effective in scraping mixing bowl walls because it's designed with this longer part. Let me demonstrate that compared to the old spatula. As you can see, they are quite different. By the way, it's way prettier. This one is way prettier. It doesn't have this kind of cover, so you can't insert it through the top of the lid. That's because the lid doesn't have the hole in it. We'll get to that later. And now the other thing about the spatula is that it can be easily placed on a table like that so that it lays flat. Let me take all these things from here for now. And it can be placed like that, so it can be laying flat and not necessarily like that. It can also lay like that, which also can be a bit useful. The other thing is that the hook remains the same. There's still the hook, and the spatula can help you release dough on your mixing bowl, which means if you're kneading dough, like a pizza dough or any kind of dough, you can later take the mixing bowl, flip it over, and there's this little thing for the motor. You can take your spatula, it has this cutout here, and put it on top of it. Then you can start twisting it like that to release dough. The dough will fall out by itself and won't leave some parts on the inside. The things that stay the same but are a bit different color are the butterfly whisks and the simmering baskets. They're almost the same, a bit redesigned. The simmering basket can now be opened like that with a spatula. Now, the large redesign of accessories comes to the Varoma. The Varoma dish got from 3.3 liters to 6.8 liters, which makes it way better for steaming dishes or draining large quantities of pasta or anything else. Unfortunately, not all TM6 accessories work. The cutter and spiralizer don't fit the new TM7, but there are some new proprietary ones that would fit it. The other things are the Thermomix Friend, which also doesn't work with it. Maybe they'll release a TM7 Friend. The sensor, the blade covers, and the other accessories are fully functional on the new model, but it's always worth checking on the Varoma website to make sure. Now, two disadvantages is that there's no open hole in the lid, which means if I get to the lid, you can see the hole isn't open, which makes it only makes you add liquids during mixing. But I found it helpful for separating egg whites. And the mixing bowl is noticeably heavier due to the insulation, which makes a difference when it's full. Now, the other thing is that there's no measuring cup. You would have a measuring cup with the TM7. It was replaced with a lid cup, which doesn't let you measure, but it's great because it functions as both the cup and the splash guard. This is the splash guard, the thing for the TM6 that you use on higher temperatures so that it doesn't splash. Now you just use the lid cap and it functions both as a cup and as a splash cover. So that is great. And well, for higher temperatures, you'll still need to use the simmering basket on top of the lid. Now, one more thing before I get to what stays the same as predecessor is the mixing bowl now has an easier unlock mechanism. So let me just take it off and demonstrate. The mixing bowl has this lock which you can turn and then easily remove the mixing knife and the bowl. Remember that all parts of the Thermomix besides the base station are dishwasher safe, so you don't have to worry about what to put in the dishwasher. You just disassemble the mixing bowl or just take the accessories and put them in the dishwasher. You can see now it's very easy to also put it back on. Just lock it and that's it. Now let's get to what isn't different. The mixing bowl size stays at 2.2 liters. Mixing speeds are exactly the same, and the heating power, which equals to heating speed, is also the same. These last two are a good thing, because it makes all recipes backwards compatible. And the mixing bowl, I honestly don't mind, but I think it could have been a bit bigger. So that's my whole comparison. I think that if you have a TM6, it's not worth upgrading unless you have a lot of money to spend or your sales representative offers a good trade-in deal. If you have an older model like TM5, upgrade only if you have a reason. The one would definitely feel different, especially with a 1.7 liter to 2.2 liter mixing bowl change between the TM5 and the TM7. Now, also there's lots of new modes as well as direct Cookido access on device compared to TM5. If you have a TM31 or TM21, don't hesitate and upgrade unless you're fully okay with manual cooking and don't need any of the extra 20 cooking modes. If you're looking to buy your first one, TM7 is the right way to go. You'll get the best, most intuitive, automatic and worth the money experience, especially considering the price of used models, which doesn't really go down too much. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on TM7 and would you buy it or have you already? Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and I'll see you in my next one.